All right, good morning to you guys. Happy Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. We are going to be talking mostly about severe weather in this video today. We've got a severe weather outbreak that'll be possible tomorrow across portions of the Southern Plains, Central Plains, Ozarks, Mississippi Valley, and portions of the upper Midwest. That will be today. It technically starts today, goes through tomorrow is the big day, and then into Thursday down into portions of the Deep South. They're also watching down here this orange little blob. The National Hurricane Center still has highlighted at a 40% chance of development here for tropical cyclone development in the next 70 days, or in the next 7 days. 2% or 0% chance in the next 2 days. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little bit early this morning. But basically what we're seeing right now down here with this area of where we're expecting a tropical cyclone or a tropical storm to develop here. We're not seeing a lot of convection yet. Still got most of the convection off here in the western side of the Central America area. This will start to work its way offshore and into the Caribbean Sea, where we'll start to see something try to develop later on here in the next couple of days. The models are still very much all over the place. We're not seeing any of the main models show anything going toward the United States. The ensembles are showing some westward tracks, still more of a northeast track, but still westward. So we still have kind of two different options on where this could go. This could potentially go west. This could go east, northeast. Still watching until we get an actual center of low pressure to develop with this. We won't really see a defined area on where the models are going to pick up with this. And we'll talk more about this today. Also, guys, sorry we didn't do a stream yesterday. I did not get to get on and do a stream. I was super busy. We were trying to get the house ready for stuff ongoing. We're getting new flooring done to our house and all of that. So, super busy day yesterday. I'm lucky that I got to put out a video for you guys. But we will be live streaming later on tonight. I'm probably going to shoot for 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 Eastern Time. So make sure y'all come in, share the love, share the live out. And we'll talk to you guys about what's going to be happening, especially for tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow covering the severe weather outbreak in the plains and into the Midwest, and we'll talk more about that here in just a second. Now, today's severe weather risk is very limited. We have a marginal risk for severe weather today. This is going to be for the far eastern portions of the Texas Panhandle here, into portions of western Oklahoma, central Oklahoma, into Kansas, into portions of Nebraska and western Iowa. This is a level 1 risk for severe weather. Basically, we are dealing with a hail and a wind threat. Can't rule out an isolated tornado. There's not a 2% tornado risk with this. There's just a 5% wind and a 5% hail. But when you have these setups, you can get an occasional tornado warning that happens. So just be very mindful of that in this area. We'll talk more about this here in just a second on the timing of that. And that is actually going to be relatively closer to the 11 o'clock midnight hours tonight. We're going to be seeing these storms develop closer to the overnight hours, which we may go live for this if things pop off. We may not. We probably will wait for tomorrow for this event to kind of get going. We'll show you guys what that model run here looks like here in just a second. Now, tomorrow is the big day. The models are very much in agreement for what could be a severe weather outbreak tomorrow. Going to be more of a damaging wind threat, but we do have a very elevated tornado risk for portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, western Missouri, and into western Arkansas and northern Texas. There's a wind threat and a hail threat. I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service upgraded this to an enhanced risk for wind, doing the fact that we're going to see kind of a squall line develop. We're going to basically be looking at isolated supercells for about an hour or two, if even that, and then these storms are going to grow upscale. We're going to have a big MCS, mesoconvective scale system, that basically will have the chance to rotate supercells in that line. So we could have tornado warnings ongoing throughout the line of thunderstorms that develops tomorrow night. So be very mindful of that. Tomorrow will be an overnight event. We're going to be going live for this probably around lunchtime tomorrow, and we'll probably be live through majority at least of the 11 o'clock to midnight time frame, because this will track its way east. Now, and on Thursday, we have a risk zone as well. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, but I want to highlight the risk zone categories for tomorrow. This is our tornado risk for tomorrow. We have a 2% shading in the green and a 5% in the maroon. Oklahoma City are in that Wichita. You guys haven't been in a severe weather risk like this in a while, so it's time to kind of get ready again here. We are in that fall second severe weather season. The chance for tornadoes will be for any isolated cells that can develop. Oklahoma City people, please be ready. Tulsa, Wichita, Manhattan, Kansas, Springfield into central Missouri, southern Iowa here, and down here even into Dallas, we have a 2% tornado risk tomorrow. So be very mindful of that. We've also got a 15 wind and a 15 hail threat as well for both of these areas. 15 in the yellow and 5 in the maroon for hail, and the same will also apply for the wind categories here as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if something were to go enhanced either today or tomorrow. Just be very mindful of that. It will just kind of up the scenario. We also have a marginal risk, believe it or not, down here for Louisiana. We haven't talked about Louisiana into portions of Mississippi and Arkansas in a while here in eastern Texas. We have a marginal risk for severe weather. This is a low end threat from maybe wind and hail, I think is what it's going to be for. I don't see a tornado risk with this. It's going to be, the low will actually be further to the north, so this will be a wind and a hail threat for you guys on Thursday for Halloween. So if you're out trick-or-treating, be mindful of this on Thursday night, but we are not going to be seeing that severe weather in full-blown mode like we will be seeing for tomorrow for you guys. So that would be some good news that I can give you guys. I'll go back here and show the timing of what we're going to be seeing here over the next 48 hours. Let me get my 12Z GF or my 12Z HER model running here for you guys. All right, so today, like I said, there's that upper level low spinning off here to the left side of your screen. This will bring, the winds out of the southwest here. We're not going to really see a lot of thunderstorm convection today, which is why today's marginal risk has really shrunken down. If you guys remember yesterday, the marginal today was pretty big. It's been shrunken down due to limited convection. You can see maybe a couple storms try to fire off tonight. This doesn't look like we're going to get much of anything. Now, tomorrow, we get through tomorrow right around 11 a.m. to noon. This is where we start to see storms fire off here in eastern Nebraska, western Iowa. These could be potentially severe by tomorrow. There's going to be a low cape day, high shear day, basically meaning if storms do fire off in this and they do become severe, they will have the chance to produce a tornado pretty quickly because the shear and the lower levels will be pretty strong. And that shear will actually maximize closer to midnight tomorrow night. Here's those storms firing off around 3, 4 o'clock. We notice down here where we have that slight risk that is present tomorrow. Not a lot of convection yet, and it's going to be late convection, so there will be a little bit of a capping residue tomorrow, basically due to, if the Central Plains capping happens, it's basically a temperature aversion aloft that creates thunderstorms from building higher up and basically going severe. So this will be kind of around that 6 p.m. time frame is what we're thinking. Around 5, 6 p.m. around Oklahoma, southern Kansas is when things will start to initiate. So we'll have the northern mode already going, and then that southern mode kicks off, and any of these cells that do fire off tomorrow will have the chance to produce a tornado, and that is going to be the biggest thing. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, you guys got to be ready. We haven't been dealing with severe weather in a while for you guys. Up here, we can see that severe line already getting itself together by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So I do expect tomorrow to be a pretty long day as far as the severe weather potential. And you guys can actually see here embedded in that MCS line of these little kinks here, these potentially produce rotating tornadoes inside a line of storms. And we haven't talked about this in a while because we haven't had a severe weather setup like this in a while. So be very, very mindful. Kansas City metro area for you guys down here in southern Kansas, Oklahoma. We're going to have that chance. And this will actually go till about 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning before it kind of starts to die off. And then at that point, by sunrise on Thursday morning, we'll just have a line of storms working its way into portions of the Ohio Valley. I would not be surprised if there were to be some type of marginal risk extended up here into the Ohio Valley ahead of this line, just because there could be a little bit of instability at play. But right now, the Storm Prediction Center is keeping that down south where the higher instability values are at, and that's going to be Louisiana, portions of southern Arkansas, and western and central Mississippi. So just kind of something to hang your ear hats on there, guys. Just be mindful of that. Another thing that we're going to look at here is going to be the tornado parameters. Just want to give you guys a better idea on where we're going to be seeing that tornado potential at tomorrow. And the tornado values tomorrow are actually pretty decent. This is around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, already having that shear in place. And then we get through tomorrow afternoon, Kansas City. You guys can see Wichita, Oklahoma getting into those higher values here. So just something we've got to be mindful of. And like I said, that tornado potential will be ongoing all night long, at least until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, potentially, before moving its way west. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center were to issue a marginal up here. You can see those tornado parameters on Thursday, kind of getting going Thursday morning for Halloween. So just something we need to be mindful of for you guys. And we'll talk more in depth on this in the live stream tonight once we get things up and going with that. But I just wanted to give you guys an overview on what we're going to be looking at today with that. Now, if we go and we look at the overall pattern here for you guys this week and next week, this is our upper level disturbance here that is causing our severe weather. You've got a strong southwesterly flowing belt here, moisture coming up out of the Gulf, instability coming up out of the Gulf, high pressure here to the north. That's going to help solidify and keep that moisture down south just a little bit more than what we were thinking originally, which is the good news. That low pressure moves its way east, bringing the chance for severe weather along the dry line cold front here throughout today and tomorrow and into Thursday. And then we kind of start to see a little bit of a break on Friday, and then Saturday is where things start to get a little bit more interesting for round 2. We're going to have another low that comes off the West Pacific here. We're going to already have a southwesterly flow here, basically with a jet stream off the West Pacific, or not West Pacific, down in towards the Baja California area coming up out of Texas here. So this could actually enhance some rain and some thunderstorm activity, maybe even some isolated severe weather through Saturday and Monday of next week, or this week into next week. And this could bring the chance for some isolated severe weather here. We could see some wind and some hail, maybe an occasional tornado risk down here to Texas, Oklahoma. So we're going to watch this potentially a little sneaky setup here, potentially through the next 3 to 4 days. And then we get that big dip in the jet stream. And boy, guys, are we waiting for next week to get here. I mean, Monday through next Thursday, the severe weather setup for next week looked very, very, very interesting. We could be looking at, once again, a multi-day severe weather outbreak next week. This trough injection that's been trending for quite some time. Very, very strong southwesterly flow here. Very cold air will be dipping in out of the southwest, or out of the northwest from this. Very warm air coming in. We typically get these setups this time of the year. It's very, very much normal that this happens, but if you're down here in the Ozarks, if you're down here in the Southern Plains, Ohio Valley, into portions of the Mississippi Valley, you need to be ready to go for severe weather. This is kind of your wake up week here before next week gets here, and we'll start to see that come in. We'll see another disturbance following that. I mean, we've just got rounds and rounds and rounds of severe weather that are going to probably be a big factor at least through much of November, and that's just kind of giving you guys an idea of what we're going to be seeing. So that's going to be the biggest trend, guys. Severe weather. We'll talk more about the tropics if it needs to be talked about. We're watching it. We're keeping you guys updated on that, but I don't want to overhype that than what it actually is. I know there's a lot of people talking about, is it going to the United States? Right now, it's not. There's some ensembles that show it still, but right now, we don't even have a storm developed yet. So we'll talk more about that when we get that low pressure center to develop. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in the live stream tonight. Be safe, be weather aware, get those severe weather prep plans in place, and we'll see you guys on the next one.